Let me share the screen.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
I know. That's possibly going to be a good movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
My name
I
is
think
Bree.
it's gonna be.
Hey, Janet, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me to hang out.
Yeah, well, we'll do like an hour or so stream here. The last hour of voting today in Texas for our boy Brandon Herrera, the the Medal of Honor, the Purple Heart recipient. Just kidding, he's not. He's not a veteran, okay, and he's not a hateful man of veterans. But if you knew Brandon Herrera, if you've watched his stuff, you know he's a very good man, and he's a very good.
Share one of his videos, like a snippet from the one from Vegas or whatever.
Let me see
that or not.
I don't know if I could
pump him up a little. Maybe someone will run out and vote for him.
That's what we want. We had Memorial Day on Monday too. Aside from all that, and good Lord, his Twitter's got so much love from the House reps like Matt Gaetz, Chip Roy. Yes. Let me. I have to share this because this is what I was indeed looking for. We got this guy that he said to us 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to bring you an AK-50. And everyone's like, no. Well, now. So we're very on brand tonight. So expect some. We're not going to monetize this one either, Garrett. Don't do
he's the one running, right?
Yeah, this is the guy running.
He talked about it, didn't he, during that one stream from Vegas?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I hope he wins.
Look at that. Look at that fucking rifle.
I know. It's freaking awesome.
Fucking 50 caliber AK.
Look how big the bullets are.
Yeah. So you can be one of the first people to shoot it. And if you donate to him, it's another entry. If you donate, BrandonHerreraForCongress.com. I already got my money in there. I didn't give him like millions of dollars, but I put it in. We're flying one person to Texas to be one of the first people to shoot it. That is so fucking cool. Every $5 donation campaign between now and May 28th is another entry.
Did he build the gun himself?
Yeah, he's got his own firearms business.
Awesome.
And the current schlup right now that's in the office, he's talking smack about him, and oh no, he's a neo-Nazi, and he's been on Face the Nation and some other crap.
Always something like that to say about us.
Fucking roundhead piece of shit guy this is. I mean, I can't wait for him to be gone. And he claimed the bill somehow prevented 500 school shootings. Say again?
Is he wearing a toupee?
It looks like a toupee. It's not a toupee.
Yeah, the way it's I don't know. It just looks. That's a weird haircut.
It's horrible.
And what's his name?
The safer.
That guy's name is Tony Gonzalez, and he is a schlup.
Yeah.
And he's got so many people in the veteran community, so many people in Congress that aren't big, but they're important. They're talking about trying to get some real change going on. Brandon actually believes in securing the border, cutting spending, protecting our constitutional freedoms. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon is a campaign slogan. It's great. The National Association for Gun Rights, not the NRA, but a people that actually like their guns, like the Gun Owners of America, National Association for Gun Rights, the Firearms Policy Coalition. Those three organizations love Brandon Herrera. And we'd love to see him get in Texas 23. We've got another hour of voting, and just tipping through his Twitter real quick. Right now, I believe this is in Bernie. got some of the guys from that's not Demo Ranch, Donut Operator, Brandon himself, other choice people in his little campaign. He's got some good people. He really is, and they're tailgating at the polls right now. And Brandon Herrera enters the chat. Tony Gonzalez saying literally anything. This guy, he will Biden up whatever you put on the script. He will spit it out. Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, but for real.
Mac Thompson, how you doing, sir? Chimerian's in here. Crafting Gamers in the chat. Six Nation 31 Kings is doing.
Guys,
We missed you on Saturday, Janet.
I missed everybody. I clicked in a couple times on my phone, and just to see, who was there. It was nice to see Connell getting to play, even though I didn't want to. I don't know. I just wanted to see everybody, but it looked like you guys were having a good time, so that's good.
I put him through hell. I did
Well,
my
I didn't
best.
want to see too much about what was going on because then I would feel guilty that I wasn't.
I totally puppeteered your character.
Oh, you did play it? I figured you'd just, say she was on sabbatical or something.
We needed another healer.
Oh, okay, good.
That's
I'm glad you get to use her for some. I'm sure you rolled better than me.
Okay. There was a couple times during Saturday's game that I thought I cannot roll like this in continued games in the player's favor. Like there was one time, like I said, all right, Janet's going to dismiss that character there because he's an elemental and it is a neutral creature from the elemental plane of fire. We want to get rid of him. And right across the table for me is Chris. Chris is looking at it. And I roll that big orange die, and a fucking nat 20 came up. So off it went. Otherwise, you guys would have suffered another couple rounds of getting yourselves flamed and bludgeoned to death. And then the bad guys pretty much collapsed one portion of the battle, one battle terrain. And so they turned it into like a lava pit. And I said, Chris's nephew started playing with us, so I got to watch my mouth because he's like 14. Bruce, you can't say all those fist fuck jokes.
That must have been really hard for you.
I didn't do very well at all. I was so bad.
You didn't do the bouncing babes, did you, on the horseback?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh,
I did. When I had to go to the loo, that's my intermission video.
Is he the cute kid that was wearing that cool shirt that one day? And he was showing it to us?
No, that's young Steven. Steven, I don't think is going to play with us on a regular basis because he's not into it. He wants to be, but then he gets there and he realizes the effort he has to put into it, and it's like, I want to play D&D, but I want to sleep.
Yeah.
And off he goes onto the floor, and literally is snoring in the middle of a game. So.
Wow.
Chimerian will be here 2 weeks later.
Is he going to join us too?
Yeah. I'm putting together.
I can't wait to play with him. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes. I'm fairly certain we all understood exactly what you meant there. In the most innocent, wholesome of ways.
Never know.
Janet, I'm the only person that I know of, aside from your blood relatives, that whenever I feel depressed, I call your voicemail.
Oh,
and I let your voicemail.
I heard your last message.
You should just like put that as the start. Instead of having your friends sing and all those poor people in Belarus can't hear you, you need to just get rid of that and just put the voicemail message you have on the internet and everyone will be happy.
I didn't even think it sounded very good. Honestly, it was really quickly. I did it real fast. But that day we did that stream and I was like saying talking baby talk because I was making fun of that one actress and you guys are all saying, hey, we like that stuff. I'm like, why? You know, I thought it was funny.
I don't know why we like it, but I can tell you I reacted to it.
But but remember the movie that we watched, Victor Victoria, when what was her name? Leslie Ann Warren won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress because she was like, "Oh, Pookie, I'm horny," you know, with that stupid voice. That drives me crazy. I just can't stand it. But she
it
did.
was the same girl that did the Duke of Earl song from The Man with Two Brains. Oh God, it's Green. Is it Eva Green?
No, it was Leslie Ann Warren.
Leslie Ann Warren?
Yeah, she was in Victor Victoria. She played the lover. Remember?
I don't think that's the same one.
The woman pretended to be a man.
Ellen
But
Green.
she's really pretty. Remember, she was built like a brick house.
Ellen Green is in that. And it's the same lady that she was in The Professional. Here we go.
Well, I had another friend who just said that he thinks that, yeah, that's the one we were talking about her. Oh, yes. My God. She did really good, though, on the part she was supposed to play in the one with the man-eating plants.
Mm-hmm. Little Shop of Horrors is one of the best movies of all time.
I can only take her. Did she really speak that way all the time?
Yeah. Didn't you ever watch The Professional with me?
No.
That's the mom from The Professional. She gets her belly blown out.
She didn't seem like she talked like that through the whole movie.
She's only in the first 6 minutes of The Professional.
Oh, okay. That's why. Okay.
She empties out the bathroom through her guts. She gets shot in the stomach, and like the water drains out right through the wound. It's pretty gruesome.
Yeah, it was gruesome. That was a gruesome movie. I mean, it had a lot of terrible deaths.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, well, I meant with the way that people died, the gruesomeness of it. But yeah, see, when she was in that movie, oh my God, she was supposed to be that way. She was supposed to be very demure and, timid. So she did good for that. And her voice wasn't as irritating.
She's ran this shtick for many decades, and she's very good at what she does. And we all love Ellen Green for that.
Me too. She's like, what does she weigh? 90 pounds? I mean,
probably 60 of it's in her boobs.
She's very, very frail. She looks frail. So I'm not frail. You can throw me around the room, and I'm not going to break. I'm very flexible.
Janet, stop. The thoughts are coming back again.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to, bend and stay that way or something. You know what I mean? Snap into or something. She looks like she would, because she's so, her wrist doesn't even look like, it looks like a kid. She's just so little. Dainty. But she had to be tiny because Rick Moranis is a tiny man too.
Yeah, he's not a big guy. Mac Thompson says we used to cuss like dwarven sailors when I was playing D&D at 14.
Is this too loud?
Took it to a dark place. Really dark place. Is what too loud?
This me getting these bags apart.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Let me know, Chad, if it's too,
I'm going to look at my
bags
here.
I have bags and bags of these. I'm going through and cutting them up. That was given to me while I was gone because everybody saves bags for me to make things out of.
It's okay, Mac. We all took it to a dark place for a second. This is just a stream I wanted to put together because it's, like I said, it's Super Tuesday. Hopefully it's the day that we elect Brandon Herrera. We don't keep Tony Gonzalez in Texas 23 as a House rep. I want to see him get evicted, lose his job, have to go somewhere else, not on tax dollar dime. Hi, Bone. How are you, sir? Yeah, but I want to reinforce to you, Janet, that I think that your voicemail would be a perfect opener or closer for your show.
Yeah, everybody's gonna want my number, and so they can hear.
It doesn't say your number, does it?
No, I said everybody's gonna ask me for it. That's what I was going to say.
I'm
I've
pretty
got an
certain everybody
invite.
has. Say again?
I've got an invite, a weird invite on my Discord. I want to send you a snapshot of their profile. I want you to see if you know who they are, because I'm not, you know, I didn't invite this person.
Okay.
They're sending me a personal, you know, thing to be their friend on Discord, but it's from CapCut. It's from another page, and that's the only thing that we're together on. But I'm going to send it to you so you can you can see it. But I don't want to say their name because I don't want to, you know, embarrass them or something, especially if they end up being a perfectly fine person.
There were some people you've had me clarify before, and like I'm like, is this a real person? Have you hung out with them before? Have they bought you pie? If not, they're fake.
Yeah, I think this person might be fake too, but just in case, because it was so bizarre. Just never heard of anything like this before. But there you go. I just sent it to you on Discord. Hey, Six Nations.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, it's been a lot of storms. I've been really. Are you supposed to be getting more storms in Texas?
Okay, in theory, I think we might. I don't know.
Oh, you haven't seen the weather?
It was supposed to rain in San Antonio today. It got really dark and windy, and all at the shop I was at, like the dirt kicked up, but then it stopped. It just completely stopped. Like a minute and a half into what was going to be a monsoon, and I was going to start doing a rain dance. All of a sudden, the rain just stopped. It didn't even come inside the city proper, the 410. It just, you could see the clouds decide to go up north.
Yeah.
Just to follow the highway and not bother us in San Antonio. It just fled. And I didn't understand that. I was kind of miffed. I wanted storms. Phil McCracken says, Janet, put on the lights behind you.
Put my lights on. Okay. I forgot. Because I wasn't, this isn't like a planned.
No, we weren't really planning on doing this.
Yeah. I just was in the chat at the right moment. So it worked out.
Saw you,
because I was
and I'm
already
like,
packing bags.
Janet, you got to get over here. We got to do this.
So that's it. That's your weather coming toward you right now.
Yep. Yeah, and
we're going to get some bad weather.
It looks like about 9
o'clock this year.
About 9 o'clock, we're going to get it.
Yeah, tonight.
By the time that gets to here, this is going to be a 9 o'clock storm. That'll take about an hour, and I don't even think it's going to hit us because it's on this track to go smash Pearsall. But once it hits Beeville, you have in Three Rivers, you've got 2. In Corpus Christi, you've got multiple refineries. You have Refinery Row up and down 37. So storms will come, and this is on a east-west track right now. Okay. And at 8 o'clock, no, at 8. All right, let me pause that. There we go. At 8, this is right here at Piedras Negras.
Hi, Caroline.
Hey, Caroline, how you doing? So that's right there. All this other stuff is heading south of San Antonio. And when it hits like Pleasanton, Carson City, you're going to see it start angling upward. And it's going to go more towards Cuero, Gonzales, but it's going to skip the majority of San Antonio. And it's going to hit Houston. Yep. Because there is a line of refineries that absolutely butt fuck the entire like gardening group of people over here. And there's no gardens down here at all. There's no gardens in Alice and no gardens in Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi very rarely gets actual rain. Rain clouds will come and it goes up.
God, I haven't been to Corpus Christi since I was like 13. That's the last time I've been there. Oh, the
Well,
long.
all this stuff here you've got within the city proper, and this is the 1604 right here. This is the 410,
Uh-huh.
and these two. This is an outer protective shell with over 55. I think it's closer to 80 little power plants. Not big power plants. Some of them are solar arrays, and then you've got some other power generation that's through here. But this entire portion through here, you've got a lot of power plants. A lot
Is
of.
there a nuclear power plant there?
Say again.
Nuclear power?
Not here. I forget where the nuclear power is in Texas, but we've got like 4 plants here in the state. You want to know what kills me? Illinois has like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 nuclear plants?
Nuclear plants.
Well, they're smart. That's why.
I like it.
I think we have 2 in Arkansas. So, but California doesn't have any now. The last one is at only at the level high enough to keep the rods cool, because they don't want anyone traveling through their state on any of their roads carrying nuclear waste, so they have nowhere to take the rods. That's how stupid California government is. They're just dumbasses, and they have rolling blackouts all the time. And now they want to plug in everyone's cars and have no gas and only make people use electric fireplaces, electric everything. They're screwed in California.
Well, Iowa's almost in the same situation, because Iowa's where all the data centers, not all, a large number of data centers are in Iowa.
Yeah.
And you have that little state doesn't have a whole lot of electrical stability. And the electrical grid there is almost as bad as what it is in Texas, because we do have a lot of data centers here in Texas, but you expect that because we got Austin, we have San Antonio, we have all the schleps over in Houston where it floods easy. And then you have Dallas, Fort Worth, which is kind of a nice town area, but like it's, we have a power grid that it's ours. It's not the best. We demonstrated that during Snowvid. And
but I thought that was because you guys were forced to only your power plants were only allowed to put out a certain amount of power, and they had to allow the solar company so much space, but they couldn't fill it because they didn't make enough power to fill it.
They weren't winterized, and neither was wind power. Wind power was not winterized.
Your governor let your state get screwed, and people freeze to death because they wouldn't say, well, if you can't provide the power, the stipulation is that we take over. That's what, something like that. A manly gesture for his people. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm hoping we get more natural gas, because there's a lot of natural gas here.
Yeah. Might as well use your resources.
Well, there's a dividing line.
In your state.
35 is actually not even really 35. It's more Highway 59. Highway 59 in Texas is kind of like this divider. And on the western side of 59, you have a lot of oil. Here's 59. It goes up, goes through Freer, lovely community. They do have rattlesnake roundups there. It's awesome. Goes through George West, Beeville, Goliad, Victoria, Edna, El Campo. Then it hits Shitville. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make fun of Houston all the time. I just would bury. We could build a wall around Houston and flood it. Anyway, sorry, Bert. Sorry.
Oh. It got hit pretty hard by that tornado too, didn't it?
It should have been hit harder. Oh, I'm sorry.
But it did. I saw all those buildings with no windows.
None.
Yeah, and flooding, and it tore the place up.
But
the
over
cities
here,
don't usually get hit, do they?
Say again? We didn't get that hard. No.
Hit, do they?
We didn't get hit that hard. No.
Mm.
See, like you have all these places here from like Eagle Lake, Sheridan, Hallettsville, Hallettsville is not too far from Williamsburg. You got a little place called Sweet Home over here. Yoakum, Gonzales, been in Shiner a lot. Frackville for oil fields, okay? In fact, Goliad. Let me pull up where Goliad's at. Gillette. Where the fuck's Goliad? Anyway, there's a city over here. I'll type it in. Yard. I was in Goliad for almost as long as I was in Cotulla. And that is a major site for the Texas War of Independence. And any hotel, any motel in Goliad I've slept in. And Antlers Inn is not the best. That's all I'm going to say. But we stayed over here quite a bit because this was when C&J discovered they could make as much money doing half the work going for natural gas. And I don't understand how that happened, but they did a good job. We did a really good job. East of 59, along this play right here, there's a lot of natty gas over here. Bishop stayed there. Kingsville stayed there. Did a lot of stuff outside of Rockport. You'd be surprised how many hydrocarbons we found on the earth. And I'm just going to say that, like, we did really well with that job. I missed that job a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I really liked fracking. But after we got done in 2014, a lot of our work started with Cotulla, and then went to another company and continued on, and we did a lot of stuff over in Carrizo Springs. And all this was oil. We didn't really go after natural gas again. We found a couple plays between Junction and Sonora, and that was interesting. We found a couple places over there, not really worth going to, but we went there and tried for it anyway. It wasn't bad. Could have been a lot better. But I can say that there's usually, whenever you have hydrocarbons like fuel, petroleum, then you have natural gas, they're not too far from each other. They really are not. And if you study this, you do find out that it's a renewable resource. You have to cap the well and give it time. And after a while, it fills up again. Ooh, people are sharing our post. Thank you, Papa Cotton. So you came down to Texas for a little bit. Did you have a harrowing time with all of your storm chasing and storm watching from the family casa? Janet?
Sorry, I had to run and get me some more lemonade. I'm dying. So thirsty. Now, what did you ask?
Did you weather the storms up in Dallas Fort Worth pretty well, or no?
Yeah, it was just a little windy and it rained. It was fine for us, but Rogers got slammed. So I told you I had a sister that was there visiting, and they left afterward because they said it was terrible. It was devastated, and there was no power. So they left and went back to her house.
I remember when this happened back in February, March. The March electric bill for mom and dad
it was terrible.
Super high.
Yes.
It's like they sold all of the stuff, all the extra power went to Texas from Illinois, but Illinois residents paid for it. I don't understand how that happens. This is California has slowly become a progressive event horizon. Yeah, I don't know why they want to ban natural gas. I mean, I do, but I wish they didn't. Yes,
well,
big facility in Corpus Christi.
The sad thing is that you can't get rid of one thing if you have nothing to replace it with. You still have to have people have jobs, places to go, work, buying food, mowing, all the things that you need to do. You have to have some way to keep doing it when you take away something. So if you take it away and nobody can replace it with anything, it hurts the economy more than it's going to help. So you have to be able to slowly take it away as you're replacing it instead of just saying, "Oh well, take it off." It's just stupid. It's not common sense. So I don't understand. I don't understand why they do that stuff. It's just stupid. And I just never thought something like that would happen in Texas. That sounds like something they do in California. And I'm the one that always says, don't let Texas become blue. And I hope it isn't this November. So we'll see. We're going to find out soon enough.
Yeah, we're gonna find out here pretty soon how bad this is. So we're not doing any big changes with my channel. I am going to be doing like I've been doing uploads on Saturday and Sunday. Today is just kind of a special day, guys, because we do have the vote going on, and I want to stay on at least until like 7:05. After that, I can pop my melatonin and start getting sleepy and ready for bed. But I wanted to see the voting polls. Hopefully, we can get everything counted up. It's only one district that we need to worry about. We worry about all the districts. We want them to be as conservative as possible, but this is the one that I've got skin in the game on, and I've got friends that live over there. Family wants to move towards Castroville, which is right in the middle of that area between San Antonio and the frontier, as I call it, because if you look at how everything's set up after Castroville, it just kind of turns into a bunch of 2-lane highways, which is quite okay. I lived in a town that was off of a 2-lane highway for many, many years, but it turns into this nice little like slice of Americana where you don't have the big lights, the big city, the light pollution. You don't have the pride parades. You've got normal people. And I'm not going to lie. I would love to become part of that again and not have to worry about traffic and, routing myself through a town and getting upset because, I have to take this bad road because the freeway is jammed up. I don't want to do that. So as time goes on, I find myself chilling out more and more and more. And Janet's there. Yay! Get out of the city, Bruce. Get out of the city. I can hear that in your voice.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Maybe I can get you and your wife to start raising some chicken. That would be cool.
Between you and David Guile, I'm pretty certain I could get a hold of some young chicks.
Yeah. And, you don't have to have, if you're in a city, a rural place where you're not allowed to have roosters, I'll just make sure you get hens, some little pullets.
It's easy enough.
You don't have to have a rooster to have eggs. So that would be cool.
That's a good question. Janet, you want to read this?
When Texas turns purple, will civil war commence? Or do you reckon that time came and went? Folks are just apathetic. Yeah, and complacent. I don't think there'll be a civil war until the people that are now in office in charge start pushing the people that don't want to comply. That's when it happened. The sad thing is, we'll find out this week we'll kind of get a taste when they convict Trump and put him in jail. We'll see what people are going to say about that.
I don't think civil war is going to hit with the Texas flopping purple, or even like a navy blue. I don't think that's going to cause a civil war. We used to be a big Democrat state. Ann Ma Richards was the person who put that away because she was such a miserable administrator for the state of Texas. State of Texas was like the bottom 3 states for education. And I mean, we're still not really that high up. I mean, my Hispanic brethren, I love you, but your little girls need to stop fucking and making babies at the age of 15, 16, okay? I know they had their quinceañera, and I know that your culture says that they're ready to start their family. Please stop. You're fucking up the curve. You're fucking up the curve. I love you, but we count kids as 17 and under. Don't do it, because your little girl, and she's going to make you a big happy grandpa Everybody wants to be a big, happy grandparent. Look at Janet. Janet's just like a beaming ray of sunshine. You know why? Because she has grandkids. She gets a chance to ruin her kid's life by sending the grandkids home after she spoils the absolute shit out of them. And then she's just happy. She doesn't even need that full box of wine for the night. She's
Yeah,
happy as hell.
I'll send baby chicks home with them or a turtle or something.
So
I could do that.
we're not going to turn purple because we're not going to go civil war because of that. I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see there's more instances where there's not enough George Soros DAs out there to stop people with common sense from taking a home invader that's armed or freshly armed with the home he's burgling, and he's taking like a knife, and he thinks he's going to be a big man and he's going to go through the house and maybe like gesture and make, tell somebody, I'm going to rob you. And the homeowner grabs like a 12 gauge and spackles the kid's insides on like the brickwork of the mantelpiece. There's not enough DAs out there to stop and put those law-abiding citizens that are getting threatened with bodily harm in their own property. There's not enough those miserable communist Soros DAs. And I'm so happy about that because we can always pray for them to die in an Uber or like just not make it to work one day, because I can't stand communists. The founders, very, very truly, Pinochet Helicopter Tour says the founders would be stacking bodies by now. Absolutely.
I mean, think about it. If something was going to happen and have an uproar, in Texas, don't you think it would have happened the first time that someone started reading to little kids dressed in drag at a school? Don't you think all the parents
in Texas
is going on in Texas?
What did that happen in Texas?
Yes, it was in Austin.
It did. I thought it was somewhere else that happened.
No, that's me too. When I first saw the video, I was like, holy crap, that's ridiculous. Is this in California? And someone said, no, it's in Austin, Texas. I went, what the fuck? And that's when I first said, Texas is going to be blue then. November. If you guys are letting that happen in your schools, Texas is already lost.
No,
unless you guys are going to the schools and kicking some ass, I don't know what you guys are going to do. So how you get, once they're rooted into your kids' system, how you get rid of them?
I'm sorry. I gotta read this to you.
Mamacitas.
No more underage mamacitas, okay? No more underage mamacitas. I got to present something to you because this is absolutely just heartwarming. From more than a magazine, a movement, the Mrs. Arts and Entertainment, Justice and Law National. This is from the 28th of August, 2023 by Roxanne Zul. Texas Last Drag Queen Story Hour. A federal judge in Texas ruled that the state's new law limiting public drag performances was an unconstitutional restriction on speech and permanently forbid the enforcement of it. The judge, David Hittner, said drag performances were not inherently obscene and were the sort of speech protected by Constitution's First Amendment. Okay, well, he can have that opinion. He's not right. So anyway, they had they marked it with a celebration and mourning. On a Saturday morning in Austin, they had a group of parents and children for what was the last drag story hour ever in the state of Texas. So on Friday, September 1st, it stopped. And if you have drag shows where minors are present, they face up to a $10,000 fine per violation, while the drag performers and participants face misdemeanor penalties.
Well, can I ask a question about that?
Yeah.
What is considered a drag performance? Do they have to be getting paid? Do they have to have people putting money in their G-string? Or can they just be dancing around in the street with drag on, or be sitting in a chair with their legs open reading stories to kids? Is that drag queen hour, or what do you call that? What is that? See what I'm saying? There's like a tiny strip that goes down for the law about what drag show would be. You see what I mean? So there's a lot of ways of getting around that and letting parents see. A parent that would take a young child to see a drag show. I'm not talking about a puppet show or a fashion show where people are wearing clothes and things like that. I'm talking about where they're, parading around with things showing, just like a strip show. I wouldn't take a child to see the Girls of Glitter Gulch in Las Vegas with Topless Review, things like that. So I just don't understand it, why it's okay. It's not okay if it's a straight man or woman stripping, but to have people doing it, even dressed as a man, as a woman or whatever, to me, it's just not right either. I don't see how it's okay one way, but not okay that way. It's all wrong, period.
So in June of last year, they updated it. But Snopes asked, did Texas pass a bill banning drag performances in front of kids? And mixture. It passed the final draft of a bill criminalizing sexually oriented performances in front of children, as well as businesses that host such performances. Now, this makes me very happy.
It is good. That's a start.
But
what I meant was, when you said something about Civil War breaking out, no, I don't think that will happen, because it's that time. I don't know. It's going to have to be really bad. It seems like they're going to have to be coming to your house, banging down your doors or something before people are going to start fighting back, because they don't have to do that. All they have to do is get your kids to say, fuck you, mom and dad, we're doing what we want. And they're already doing that in your college. Your kids are already leaving where they hate their parents. They think their parents are Nazis. Hate all people of different races, and they just put all this bullshit in their head. That's not true. You raised them, they're up to 18 years old, and you put them in college, and now they believe everything they said after one semester at school compared to the 18 years that you spent with them. So I'm just saying, that's how they could change the state, by changing the children to believe that, it's okay to have everyone win a trophy, even if you didn't do anything. It's just like, let's pass out the food and the checkbooks to everyone, because everyone deserves it. No one deserves to have more than anyone else. Even if you worked hard, you don't deserve a nicer house. Everyone's going to have a box house. Everybody's going to have the same car and the same lifestyle. You see, that's what the government wants. That's what they want. They want to make everyone the same. Like, nobody's prettier or anything than anyone else, unless you're an elite. Now, if you're an elite and you work for the government, then yeah, you can have the nice mansion and a gated home and servants and stuff. But you can't have that. Even if you work hard and make as much money as possible, you don't deserve it, because you're no better than that guy next door, even if he doesn't work. See,
so initially, this bill was targeting drag shows. And instead of targeting drag shows, God, I love this bill. It encouraged the actual opening up of it to where you're not having any exhibition or representations, actual stimulated of male or female genitals in a lewd state for sexual stimulation or arousal. It's not with a device, not marketed as useful primarily for sexual stimulation of genitals of either sex, and mainly it just targets. You can't do this in front of kids. You wanted to cover inappropriate drag shows. We wanted to cover if a stripper starts doing stuff in front of a kid. It doesn't matter what it is. It needs to not happen in front of a child, and that's the guts of this bill. It protects kids. This is almost better than the bill passed by what's that little man in Florida?
Oh,
yeah, that guy. Yeah. The little guy, the governor.
Yeah, DeSantis.
Yeah, the sanctimonious. He did.
The
he did good with that.
Yeah,
he did.
That's good. That. And I'm proud of Texas to do that. But you guys got a long way to go.
Oh yeah,
take your schools back and get your children back to where they belong with their parents. The parents should be 100% the ones making the decisions for what choices are going on under your roof. When they're allowed to send packages to your kid without you even knowing that sending packages, like with hormones or other books inside that you don't want your children reading without their permission, or they're able to go do things and have medical procedures without parents knowing about it. That is another thing that parents have got to stay up on. The only way to do that is to be hands-on parents. Go to school council meetings, go to the school functions, know what your kids are learning in school by helping them with their homework, all those things. To be, be a parent, not try to be their buddy. Be there for them, because one day when they move out and they have their own careers and things like that, when their child is sick or they need help, they'll want you. They'll ask you first, instead of saying, well, I'm having this problem at school, or I'm having this problem with my kid. What should I do? Instead of saying, oh my God, I got to go to the school counselor and get my child on Ritalin or whatever, they'll talk to their parents before they do that. And, hopefully you'll have that kind of relationship with your kid. I think that's important, because that's what they want to do. They want to pump our kids full of drugs and make them do things that you would never approve of, but they're talking the kids into doing it without talking to you. And that's not good. And I'm not just talking about Texas. I'm talking about in any state. Every state, they should be this way. California is already, I don't know if it can be saved, honestly, when it comes.
I don't think so. I don't think it can. I really don't. It's got to be built back from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
I just did a Bing search on Herrera versus Gonzalez, and this is what the lamestream news is saying. Texas Tony Gonzalez tries to fight off YouTube personality in a runoff election where anything can and will happen. Texas runoffs put Republican Representative Tony Gonzalez states GOP against childish YouTuber. Meow on MSN, childish name calling to GOP's Tony Gonzalez faces swift backlash. Oh, that swift backlash. Let's hold on here. We need to share something over this. 23 hours ago, Tony has lied so much about me this campaign, this Brandon Herrera on Twitter. He's now the third most community-noted politician on all of X Twitter. Tony's a liar who has burned the Constitution, kept the border open, voted for gun control, and took dirty money. You want to vote for the one who spends his day with voters. And this is just Brandon going out there, shaking hands, pressing flesh, doing what you should do, and just being a good man. He's also a free speech advocate and a arms advocate. It's lovely to see that we have somebody who's going to make that a priority for Washington to understand. Mm-hmm. Also, let me rewind.
I'm now being canceled because, I always joked months ago that I can't wait to run for office because I'm going to find out so much about myself that I didn't know. Now, apparently, I hate veterans and I want them to sewer slide. Didn't know that. Yeah. Because of a joke I didn't make, a joke I was joking about not making because I said it was too far. At a table full of veterans during a veteran sewer slide prevention conference I spoke at earlier that day, hours prior.
You definitely hate the veterans.
Clearly, I'm at a table full of veterans. And and the funny part is, one of the things that we talked about a lot during that panel is this, stuff like unsubscribe, dark humor, stuff like that is one of the last things. The military's failed veterans, the VA's failed veterans, politicians have failed veterans. The last thing they have to rely on is dark humor. You want to take that from them? Fuck you. I
love it. I love this man. I think he's great.
I do too. I just saw him on that one stream and just seeing him just being with his friends and just being himself. I mean, when you get to spend that kind of time with someone, on just a level playing field where it's no politics, no black tie event. It's just people sitting around talking about gaming and other things that they like, like shooting guns and just doing the things that he likes to do. You get to see their true character. And to me, that tells a lot about someone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It gives you that gut feeling about, I don't know if I trust this person or not, but the more you see him on that level, the more you start to realize, hey, this is a pretty decent person. You can't spend, especially people in spaces. I'll use that as an example. Or even on here, getting to spend more and more time with people week after week and getting to, interact with them about just normal stuff. You start seeing the real them. You know, it's hard to lie week after week after week after week, you know, a month after month, and put on airs, unless I guess the person would have to be like I don't know, a sociopath or something, like, you know, like a Ted Bundy or something, to be able to get away with it forever. But it's just, you get to see the true person. And I liked him. I told you that day, I didn't know until you told me he was running. I didn't know he was running, but yeah, I told him I thought all that group of guys was great. They were funny. They just seemed true, and they loved what they were doing, and they were enjoying their lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. This is in response to Ernest Gonzalez, Tony Gonzalez. Ernest is his real name. Tony is kind of like Beto. Beto doesn't work for Francis O'Rourke, okay? Anyway, this is Ernest Gonzalez saying that he doesn't like Trump. He doesn't even like Trump. And the problem is for this poor son of a bitch, Tony Gonzalez, Ernest Gonzalez, has the worst campaign manager. And he told everybody out of Tony's camp that he's not even MAGA. He doesn't even like Trump. And that was a big thing down here. You were hearing on the radio from all the money coming from the GOP for Ernest Gonzalez. And so Brandon put out on the 26th, I used to volunteer for this man, Ernest. I voted for him in 2016, 2020, and will again in November. You know this, yet you still lie. You're an amateur of a campaign manager, pumps out lies faster than you can say unemployment after Tuesday. And there's a good photo of that Chad and Mr. President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Fucking great photo.
Mm-hmm.
And again, back in 2020. So, Dalton, for anybody wondering, Tony Gonzalez, Tony for Texas, they've blocked me, by the way. They hired a self-described aspiring political hack as a campaign manager, and he's not all that great at even trying to be that. He's the one that's behind Tony for Texas, and Jake Bywater's not really doing the best job. It is now 7:01. Let me see if I can find some news about Herrera versus Gonzalez.
Yeah, what time do your polls close?
2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Yes, I thought ours stays open till 8, I think.
No, I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean in Arkansas, I don't know what your guys' rules are.
This is so true, Mac.
Aw.
Seeing Janet blossom over the last year brings a tear to my eye. When I first saw her, she was so shy and unsure of herself. And now she's like, save the kids. Don't fire till you see the whites of the pedo's eyes. Oh, that's so heartwarming. And
Yeah.
you know, Vernier is that chipper shredder company that wants to help you decorate your lawn extra special this year. Make sure that you feed your Verniers with a true map.
Yep, that's right.
If a communist won't do, you can grab a map. They're basically the same thing almost. I mean, got Epstein's client list and Congress, and it's the same group of people. Yeah, I love being blocked. That's the one thing about X. I mean, all I had to do was just get a new phone number, and I got back on X.
Mhm.
Let Chipper go. Brrr. I'm not
You
seeing any
guys are
news
fun.
yet. We don't have these fuckers ain't gonna come out with a. This pisses me off. I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. Did
Put a
Did
search
Tony
in, see who won your district or whatever. Write it in, see what it comes up real quick. Can't believe they didn't have like updates saying that this is the number so far and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Didn't see any. I didn't see any.
Yeah.
They're still counting. It looks like it's just
Well,
one.
that's
district,
good.
guys.
In a way, that means we had a lot of people voting. That's a good thing.
I think a lot of them were actually for Herrera. I think there's going to be a lot of fraud in this if they allow, like, the electronic ballots. But I think that all the times I would turn on the internet and just go search on Tony's Twitter. He's got a couple Twitters, and as soon as he would post, the ratio cat would get put in the chat, and like there'd be 40 comments per like. It was great.
So if he wins this, that means he's going to be on the ballot in November, right? Is that what that means?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. So if he does win, which I hope he does, then we need to send him a message saying, "Hey, we want you to come on our show and talk to our people. We got a lot of Texans that watch our show or whatever, and see if we can get them to join us." That'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would be. It would be a lot of fun. And I think Brandon's that guy. He would be there at the October festival when we go meet Gina Carano. I think he might be there for that.
Yeah,
he's a
but see, that'd be after. No, that's before November. Okay, good. That wasn't said. That'd be too late because it would be already whether he won or not. But yeah, you're right. It is October is before November.
Yeah, I gotta get my day off set up.
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna wear my alien costume since just go green and wear my wig and everything.
As long as it's not hot in there, that's fine. We'll have to have somebody carry around like a Janet Go bag or something.
Oh, I'll be fine. It'll be hot, I'm sure, outside, humidity wise, for sure. So be worth it.
I don't think we're going to get any resolution on Brandon Herrera's
Oh,
contest tonight. That sucks. This is upsetting.
You can have your wife wake you up if she finds out that he won.
I'll wake up at midnight.
And check your phone.
I'll be waking up at midnight to see how this turns out because I got to wake up for work anyway.
Yeah. Well, I finished cutting up all my bags while we were goofing off. See, ta-da, I got them all cut.
Awesome.
But now I just have to put them all together and make a barn out of it.
This
See,
is
a
kind
whole basket full of my bags cut up.
So for Twitter, says Mac Thompson, I linked an article discussing the gay demographic being 98% infected with monkeypox in San Fran. For Facebook, I refused to remove a post linking proof of 2020 election rigging. Ooh. Yeah, that happens.
You're still on Facebook? I left Facebook after the bullshit that happened in 2020. So I was going to ask Mac if his ears were ringing the other day because I was showing everybody pictures and talking about the beautiful rosary he made. And they were like, "Oh, it's gorgeous." They were all just thought it was beautiful because, half my family in Texas are Catholic. So I will be handing out your information and maybe they will want to order from you.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
It makes a big difference when people get to see it. You know what I mean? Just like my bags. A lot of people see them on a picture and it's like, because they think it's made out of yarn. But as soon as they touch it and they go, it's made out of plastic, it shocks. All of them are shocked, about how it's made out of, plastic. But, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's so heavy. So heavy. I couldn't believe how heavy it felt.
I've never prayed with a foci before. Mm-hmm. And I'm not like a New Ager or anything but just a rum-dum Baptist raised Christian. And last church I attended on a regular basis was a big community church that had a failed garage band doing the music. And everybody thought that was something special, except for me because I have taste. But I hate. I'd rather not ever go to a church again. I might watch or listen to a guy on the radio or the internet, but that's it. But having this for my own personal pursuit of the scripture, as I like to read it by myself, and then praying for whatever might be going on in my head. It just feels different. And I'm not saying I want to convert to Catholicism, because I don't. I appreciate Catholicism for the language, for the spread of history and culture that it contributed to in this great world we live in. But I recognize the value of having a foci when you do whatever ritual that you would perform in, and I get it now, and I'm really into it. I think it's I can't believe I screwed up praying for 49 years. Thank you, Mac.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I got daily porn bots on Reddit, on X, and Reddit.
I have blocked 7 crap accounts today. You know how you get the one, you have to click on it and go to the back behind your messages and stuff, messages from, fake porn bots or whatever.
Yep.
7. I blocked 7 today. And I'm wondering, does that hurt your algorithms or whatever when you have to block all these people? I don't have to block them, but I report them and then I block them. They're sending me things saying stuff like, "Hi, I saw your profile and I just really wanted to meet you." And they're almost all women with the little Asian girl face. I was like, "You got to be kidding. This is disgusting."
Yeah, Eggo or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the same girl. I mean, it's not her fault because we know it's not her.
Yeah.
But
so
polls have closed.
Closed. Now that polls have closed and before the results come in, let me make a statement directly from my heart. No political motive, no bias, just me. Thank you. Thank you to every single person who supported us, who's volunteered for us, who has donated to the campaign. All of you. I'm not just parodying a useless platitude when I say I couldn't have done this without you. We did an amazing thing. We looked down the biggest guns of the DC establishment to the tune of probably over $10 million and told them they didn't owe us. We made them fight for their lives. Thank you to my friends, family, everyone who didn't give up on me or this mission. No matter how this goes, know that I appreciate you. I love you all. There he is with his 2 buddies.
He's a wonderful man. See?
Eli. That's it. Valentina for Missouri. So many people are going to be showing up. Mm-hmm. It's been fun trolling the salsa boy. By the way, if you got any paste salsa, just burn through that as quick as possible. Get a different brand. Get rid of your paste salsa. That shit's garbage. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just want you to know we're all counting on you. It was worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if he did win, but you know how it is. Just like Trump knows what it's like. They have everybody and their brother doing whatever they can to frick you over.
So
but thanks for inviting me to hang out. It was fun.
I had a blast.
It's good to hear your voice.
And I'm really excited about some things I'm seeing right now. They're not done yet. They're at 50% tally. Our boy's just barely edging out Salsa Boy.
All right. I hope so.
I hope so too.
This shows if he wins, it just proves that the people can do it. If enough people get tired of bullshit and they stand up and start fighting to take back their towns and their states, we can do it.
Yeah.
That's why
And
I tell people that all the time, that, you know, the only way we're going to win is by us doing it.
I love what this says here. This is on Texas Public Radio's website, tpr.org. Herrera is a gun manufacturer and social media influencer who focuses on firearm-related topics. He campaigned on what he said was a failure of Tony Gonzalez Ernest Gonzalez, to live up to values of his constituency. The race was watched closely by the Republican Party, which censored Ernest Gonzalez over his support of gay marriage and gun safety. The winner will face Democratic candidate Santos Lyman, a civil engineer and small business owner, in November. That's going to be a big fucking job. Getting him to go back to the private sector is going to be rough. District 23 is massive and stretches from San Antonio to east of El Paso. It covers the longest stretch of U.S.-Mexico border of any district and includes both Eagle Pass and Uvalde, the location where a young man put his entire life savings into buying 2 AR-15s and shooting and killing over 19 people, children and teachers alike, which was terrible. There's some other stuff, but they're not even nearly done. Everybody seems to be focused on, we got the Schoolcraft in Coopville. That Schoolcraft is, I'd like to know how this one ends, because I'm not a big fan of Schoolcraft. He's big government bullshit.
Yeah.
You got some other shit going on here. But this is what we've got here. I hope wherever you are, you guys have a blessed 28th of May. Janet, we went on for about an hour. I didn't have a real plan aside from like putting some Saint Lemon. Yes, sir. Saint Lemon.
Lemon.
Yeah, lemon. What do you have going on this week? I know you're going to be touching base with some things, and
Tomorrow night, I'm supposed to go live with Tallbat, and we're going to do another UFO mysteries, and I'll be in my true form again. And then Thursday night, I'm hoping to still have Thursday night shit show, which I'm thinking about changing it to the Shit Show Chronicles. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And then Friday night, the Friday Night Shit Show again. And then whatever we got planned on Saturday and Sunday. We're definitely going to do Sunday because I already get my outfit already. And I'm excited about doing G.I. Jane, which you haven't seen. So I'm real excited about it. It was great. I was real excited about doing it because I wanted to do it. Remember, I said I wanted to do it for Memorial Day because of my number one favorite movie, which was The Great Raid. And I love The Great Raid because it talks about all the people who died, fighting in that war and that died in concentration camps like that, like POW camps where they were, not given the medicine that we sent them and things like that, that sacrificed for us and died in another country, away from their families and other people that cared about them. But the reason I wanted to do it is because a lot of women died in that war too, fighting for our country. And I just was wanting to show a real woman that wants to fight for her country, and she's willing to do whatever it takes. And that's one reason why I love this movie that we're getting ready to watch on Sunday, because it's not a liberal movie showing women lowering the standards for women because they got to run around and like bullshit, like we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. It's a woman who wants to go there and fight and is able to do the deeds. You know what I mean? She's able to crawl over the fence. She's able to carry her gun and do all the things that a soldier is supposed to be able to do to be able to fight. The only difference between that is that she's a woman, and how it affects the men on her team that she might be fighting side by side with if in a real battle. So I don't know. I would like for people to see this because I feel they did a very good job at showing what a woman could do if she's capable of it. Okay. Because I'm one of those people that do not believe that you should lower standards for a woman to have any job. If she cannot lift that hose and go up and down that ladder, she shouldn't be a fireman. If she can't pick that person up and drag them out of, of a building that's burning, she shouldn't have that job, because it could be me. It could be my loved one that's in that house, and they send 2 women that can't do the job just because they lowered the standards. That's bullshit. Paramedic wise, or any of those jobs, police officer. If a woman or a guy is too fat and can't do the job, he shouldn't get the job. You know what I mean? There's no difference. And I don't think you should lower the standards for it. And that's one reason why I can't wait for Bruce to see G.I. Jane, because he hasn't seen it. I think Demi Moore did a phenomenal job portraying a woman who just really wanted to serve. And we'll see what you think about it. But I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to watching it, because it's a movie that I wanted to watch as a kid because Demi Moore's cute. She's actually pretty beautiful. She really is. And she's
still beautiful.
Yeah. She still can carry it.
And she's a grandma now.
Nothing wrong with that. I've been wanting to
No,
have
I'm just saying she's hands-on with her kids. She always has been. She's a good mom, and she's a good actress, and I think she's a real person. So that's all I was going to
add. I'm looking forward to it. This is a movie that I wasn't really allowed or encouraged to go see when it came out in theaters, and Mom was not a big Demi Moore fan. I don't know why. I liked her before she married Bruce Willis, and I loved her especially after she had a couple movies come out that were definitely up my teenage raging hormone body. And I think we all remember those. Those are some fine movies. I want to say thank you to our mods that were in here today. Papa Cotton, Roman numerals, 6 Nations 31 Kings, the ever lovely and very fun Bone was in here as well, along with our lovely Jackie Blue. And
thank you everybody for stopping by to see us.
Everyone that came in to check us out and see what we're talking about, I really appreciate you being here. I'm just an armchair quarterback on this. I'm really wanting to see. Oh, this just kind of got sour.
What?
Salsa Boy took a chunky lead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Darn.
They're not done yet. They're not done tallying the votes
well, it
yet.
Depends on what county too. You got to remember these are county by county. The numbers are coming in too.
And yeah, there's going to be some things, but I don't think it's going to be. It might just be, we tried. But
hey, that red line right there under his name proves that people believed in him. So it's not like there's only a tiny dot under his name. There's a lot of people under there right now. So we just have to look at it that way. And hopefully it's not over yet.
Yeah, hopefully it isn't. I would love to see it happen to where we have to send them off to DC. But if the money truly was the key to this, all right.
The thing is, if he does get sent to DC, I in my heart, I believe he's the kind of person that could go there and not be corrupted by them. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
I
just
mean,
need more like him that we can send.
I keep going back to the fact that 8 years ago he said, "I'm going to develop an AK platform that shoots a 50 caliber bullet," and people were like, "No, that'll never happen." And next thing we know, right before his political campaign comes to a head with Ernest Gonzalez, instead he finishes it. He makes it happen, and he's a hell of a gunsmith. So I would love to see this happen. I just, I'm a little sad that I'm seeing this, but whatever. I got disappointed with Trump's second election back in 2020, and I was there watching shit happen at 4 a.m. with Wes and the rest of his motley crew. We started seeing things like there's a water leak. They're shutting things down. What's a water leak got to do? No, count the fucking votes. And then when votes started coming in about 30 minutes later, I'm just like, I'm going to bed. This is going to turn into a shit show by the time I wake up. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't accurate, but you know, it happened. Early votes. Okay, so they're just tallying the early votes.
Mhm.
They don't have an idea of who voted today.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's how it works. You get all the stuff in, and then they bring in the votes from before, and they sit at this, and they hand them out to the people in your precinct or your district or whatever, and you sit at your little tables and you count those votes. Then once they're done, then you start going through all the ballots you have. So at least that's how we've done it in the 2 states that I've been in. So
Yeah, that was
Can't be
kind
that
of what
much
happened in Illinois too.
So thing is, we just have to be patient, and hopefully something good will come out of it. But that's encouraging, though, just to see what it is, since we know he was not a politician from the very beginning. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy for him right now. I think it's promising.
I don't think he lost it. I really don't. I think with all the things that were happening on social media, as much as everybody says Twitter's not real, and you know this guy Tony Gonzalez couldn't.
Oh, I think X is real. I think X is way more real than people want to give it credit for. I think things happen on X before other people even know about it. So I think even lots of news people go to X to find out stuff that they probably wouldn't find out hours later somewhere else. So, but we will find out. Yeah. But you need to get ready to go to bed, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for being with me today for this. I had a blast for the hour. I'm working on this snake. This snake is from a Conan the Barbarian game.
Good.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not nearly done with it yet. Was trying to explain to James, like I want to put enough detail into where I'm happy. And the main reason is that like today at work had some interesting developments happen. I was told yesterday to get into a truck that I said, I don't think that truck is really in good shape. And they said, well, are you a mechanic? I said, no, but I can kind of get an idea whenever I'm fucking with a truck that I don't want to be involved with it. And they're like, well, you're just a driver. Just hook it up to your trailer. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I mean, you're paid by the hour. It's okay, right? Yeah, I guess so. And so I hooked it up. And then today at 4:00, I had a brake drum catch fire as I was merging in with traffic. So I'm like, well, time to pull over and put out the fire. And I literally did just that. Sat on the road for about 40 more minutes. The tire did not cool off appropriately like I wanted it to. In fact, it behaved as normal, where the grease and the brake drum pretty much smoked the whole time. And you're thinking, is this going to combust again? I'm fucked. And so I called the tow company after I told my boss I need a tow truck. He gave me the number. I got it taken care of. And then they gave me another truck, and it didn't work out too well because they're giving me all the old trucks. Like there's a slush pile of trucks in my shop at my business where we just pile up all the trucks that Bruce touched. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to figure out what we can do to Bruce proof the trucks with over 250,000 miles on them, because I'm just kind of finding the faults where everybody else, like, I ain't gonna get in that truck. It don't work right, or it doesn't have AC, or just kind of shimmies down the road, and they don't have the bolts put in the tires right. The rims are fucked up, things like that. And so I got one job, 3,500 gallons sucked today, and then the other 11 hours I spent at my job, I was basically waiting for assistance because I told people so. And I just stopped texting my dispatcher. I would send them photo updates of situations at hand. And so they're kind of upset, but they're like, Bruce did tell us, like, he's not a mechanic, but he can kind of tell when things are are not going to work. And it made me laugh because they're starting to recognize one of my small talents, and that's just common sense. And I feel bad for them because I guess not many other drivers have done this before, but at the same time, it's just interesting. It really is. So I'm going to have fun with this job. I might not keep it. I might not be there that long, but I might be there for years. We don't know. And I'm having a ball with it. I mean, I know I love the stupid job and I love the money it gives me, but we'll see. We'll see how this works. It's all sanitation. Nobody wants to get involved with sanitation, guys. You really don't, unless you like money and paying your bills on time. That's the key. And if you have good soap. By the way, did you know about Duke Cannon? Duke Cannon's a great soap to use to clean your brushes up with, along with your skin. Next time we see each other, Janet, we're going to be playing a Pathfinder-esque game with 2D100 or 2D10.
Yeah.
And these are the dice we'll be using on Saturday for the most part. Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to have you at the table again. Can't wait to have that group of friends at the table again. And not that I don't like the other table. I love you.
Are we going to have another person that joined us?
We are. I need to get with Nate with Nerdy Ogre and get his character finished because I need him to do some roles for me. But other than that, that'll be Friday night. I try to get in touch with him, and hopefully he'll be there and available. Nerdy Ogre is supposed to be involved. Kai is joining us in 2 weeks, so I'm looking forward to all the new things that are getting ready to happen. And people are going to be either hateful of this system, or they're going to be like, dude, this is a good system. One of the two is going to happen. And if it sucks, well, can we improve it? Can we fix it? Can we make it to where it works for years? Because that's the game I want to play. I want to play a game with you for years, Janet. That's what I want.
Well, I hope I can make it and don't die. You'll get killed on you. I mean my character. My character. Not me, myself. I'm healthy as an ox.
Yes, you are. I mean, you're not a marathon runner, but you are a very healthy lady.
Yes, I'm very healthy.
I'm very happy to acknowledge that. But looking forward.
I meant that you'd probably get me killed like another one of those flying carpet freaky ghost people or whatever, the spirits or whatever it was. Yeah, I must have gotten done in by that. Remember?
Well, the last game you played, Travis's dwarf is the reason why we all survived, because everybody else failed their will save and they got hit by the very large psionic wave that hit them, and those flares are nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, I understand, because my rolls are shit. I can't roll or shit. So, that's why I said I hope someone else could do some magic or something, because this once I find some really good dice that if I keep playing with these, sooner or later I'll find a set that seems to roll really good, and then I'll just only use those. But I'm not going to buy any new ones yet. I still got 2 bags full.
Yeah, don't do that. Seriously, don't buy any new dice. Don't buy any new dice, Janet. Just keep the dice you got. Just get attuned to them. You'll be fine.
I will.
Love you guys. We're gonna be here Saturday, and oh no. Be careful and dodge your vehicles. Don't be liable for an accident. No, I don't want to be. I stay out of. If it fails my pre-check, it goes to the mechanic and we figure out what happens. Sometimes I have to wait for a mechanic from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. So they want me to have a nice truck.
Make sure you always wear your seatbelt.
Not only that, there's other things we got to do too. Like Bruce has to load up on caffeine and coffee, and
I trust you as a driver. I just don't trust everybody else. That's the problem.
That means a lot to me. That means a lot.
I think you're a good driver. I haven't been in an actual vehicle with you, but just listening to you talking about all the different trips you've taken and talk about them, I think you're a good driver. It's just that there's so many nuts on the road.
A lot of nuts. He's like, well, crap, Janet,
Mac,
buy all
Mac
the dice.
said for me to buy all the dice. Hey, I've already got this giant bag right here. This
Come down to
this
Texas,
whole
we'll get
giant
you
bag of holding, and then I have this bag.
That's a sweet little bag.
Yeah, and then I got this bag full of dice. Then I have this wonderful gift full of dice. So I got a lot of dice already.
We have to load you up with more dice when you come down to Texas.
I want some of those giant dice like you have that you roll every so often. That they're huge, like golf ball size.
Yeah.
I'd like a set of my own. I want to order me a set like that.
Let me
But
see if I can.
I can't use my wonderful tower though. This beautiful tower that was made for me by the Crafting Gamer. If I roll ginormous dice,
He's such a nice man.
I know, isn't he a sweetheart? And he also made this for me. Hand painted this for me. Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
So we got 1/3 of all the precincts reporting. Tony Gonzalez still leads by 18 points, which, we haven't tallied up everything yet. So just give
That's
it a
18
chance.
points. That's only 18 points.
Yeah, and if you ever drive outside of San Antonio, you see a buttload more signs for Let's Go Brandon. You see very big signs in people's yards for Let's Go Brandon. Not a whole lot of Tony Gonzalez. It's kind of cute. But
would you do me a favor?
yes.
If you can, if you find one of those signs, can you get it for me? Because if he's at the thing in October, I would like to have a couple of those signs and we can run up to him and get an autograph from him. Get our picture made. Wouldn't it be cool?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So see if you see a couple signs, just grab them from someone's yard or something.
Sure.
Put them in your house somewhere, and we'll take them with us when we go.
I cannot do this.
I'll be dressed as an alien, but I could say I'm a really illegal alien. Get my I think it'd be a lot of fun because if he's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
And I might even get Gina Carano to sign mine too. That'd be great.
That'd be worth it. That would be completely worth it.
Mm-hmm. I'll get as many autographs as I can.
You know what's going to be awesome is I'm going to be able to get a hug from Gina Carano the same day I get a hug from you.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's going to be great. I mean, I think she's awesome. I've been in many live streams with only like 75 people, with a lot of people that I used to hang with all the time. So
there is a link I just sent you for chessex.com, and you can look at all your dice.
Okay. For the big giant ones?
Yeah, look for oversized polyhedral.
Okay. I will.
So you don't want
whenever
to
you throw them on the table, the whole table goes, rumbles because they're so big. I think it's cool. So yeah, they're fun.
For Bruce Lombardo, for Janet from Another Planet, we want to say thank you for every time that we go on and we have you guys join us, even if it's just for 1 or 2 minutes. Appreciate you guys. And we look forward to finishing a lot of these miniatures with you here in the chat. Maybe some of you on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, I tell you what, you haven't really explored X until you've heard your friend Janet on X in a space. So as much as I hate X, you want to hear Janet get fired up? Let her go to Janet's X.
Hey, I've gotten fired up on our streams.
Oh, you get fired up on our streams, and I take great pride in it. I love it. Mm-hmm. I absolutely adore it. But it's over there, like you get Janet's true form where her political side comes out. It's great. It's great. Thanks. So thank you so much for everybody being here. We will see you Saturday. Some of you I might even see before that. But you all be well. We're looking forward to some good news, and we're willing to accept bad news. That's life. Bless you all. Good evening.